Let's be honest, most people hear early retirement and picture a tech billionaire sailing off on a yacht. They see headlines about 30-year-olds quitting their jobs with millions in the bank and think, yeah, right. That could never be me. You look at your paycheck, your mortgage, your student loans, and the thought of escaping the 9-to-5 grind feels more like a daydream than a real plan. But what if I told you there's a financial blueprint that regular people just like you, are using right now to make it happen? It's not about luck, and it's not about some genius invention. It's about a clear, step-by-step system for your money. It's called FIRE, Financial Independence, Retire Early. And today, I'm breaking down the exact steps you can take to build your own bridge to freedom, even if you're starting from square one. Stick with me, because we're about to turn that daydream into a game plan. Step 1. Calculate your FIRE number. All right, first things first. You can't hit a target you can't see. In the world of early retirement, our target is called your FIRE number. This is the magic number you need to have invested so you can live off the returns for the rest of your life without ever having to work for money again. So, how do you figure it out? It all starts with tracking your expenses. You've got to know exactly how much you spend in a year. Once you have that number, the FIRE community uses a simple guideline called the 25x rule. You just multiply your annual expenses by 25. For example, if you figure out you can live a great life on $50,000 a year, your FIRE number is 50,000 times 25, which is 125 million. This is based on the famous 4% rule, which says you can safely withdraw 4% of your portfolio the first year of retirement, adjust for inflation each year after, and have a very high chance of your money lasting for at least 30 years. Now, since you're planning to be retired for a long time, maybe 40, 50, or even 60 years, you might want to be more conservative. Some people aim for a 3% or 3.5% withdrawal rate, which means you'd need to save 33 times your annual expenses instead. Look, don't let that big number scare you. Knowing your target is the first and most powerful step. It's not a fuzzy dream anymore, it's a number on a page. Step 2. Master your budget and maximize your savings rate. If your FIRE number is the destination, your savings rate is the engine that gets you there. And honestly, this might be the most critical piece of the entire puzzle. Financial advisors usually recommend saving 15% of your income for a traditional retirement. To retire early, we need to kick things into a much higher gear. People in the FIRE movement are often saving 30%, 50%, or even more of their income. That might sound crazy, but this approach does two amazing things at once. First, every dollar you don't spend is a dollar you can invest. But just as important, every dollar you learn to live without permanently lowers your annual expenses, which shrinks your FIRE number. You're attacking the problem from both sides. This is why a budget is completely non-negotiable. Use an app, a spreadsheet, whatever works for you, but you need to know where your money is going. Start with the big three: housing, transportation, and food. Could you downsize? Move to a lower cost of living area? Go from 2 cars to 1? These are tough decisions, but one of them could shave an entire decade off your working career. Then you can optimize the smaller stuff. Cancel subscriptions you forgot about, embrace home cooking, and just be intentional with your spending. This isn't about feeling deprived. It's about making sure you're spending money on what you actually value, with your eyes on the ultimate prize: freedom. The higher your savings rate, the faster you get there. It's just math. Step 3. Weaponize your investment accounts. Saving money is only half the battle. If you want to build real wealth, that money needs to start working for you. That means investing, and using the right accounts is like giving your money superpowers. Your mission is to let your money grow as much as possible without Uncle Sam taking a giant bite out of it. First up is your workplace 401k or 403b. You absolutely must contribute enough to get the full employer match. Not doing this is literally turning down free money. After that, your next stop is often a Roth IRA. You put in money that's already been taxed, but it grows completely tax-free, and all your qualified withdrawals in retirement are tax-free. The power of this is hard to overstate. Once you've hit the annual limit on your IRA, circle back to your 401k and keep contributing until you max that out too. And don't you dare forget about the Health Savings Account, or HSA. If you have a high-deductible health plan, the HSA is a triple tax-advantaged beast. Contributions are deductible, it grows tax-free, and withdrawals for medical expenses are tax-free. Many early retirees use this as a secret weapon for future healthcare costs. Eventually, you'll hit the contribution limits on all these accounts, and that's when you open a standard taxable brokerage account. This account is your key to flexibility, as it will likely be your main source of cash in those first few years of retirement before you can touch your other funds without penalty. Step 4. Solve the pre-65 healthcare puzzle. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room for American early retirees: healthcare. You're too young for Medicare, and you don't have a boss to cover you anymore. This is a real expensive challenge, but it is absolutely solvable. You've got a few options. The first is COBRA, which lets you keep your old work insurance for up to 18 months. The downside? You pay the entire premium plus a fee, so it's a pricey, short-term bandage. If you have a spouse who's still working, jumping on their plan can be a great option. For most early retirees, the solution is a plan from the health insurance marketplace created by the Affordable Care Act, ACA. The game changer here is that you might qualify for big subsidies to lower your monthly payments, especially since your taxable income in retirement will be much lower. And this is where all that money you stashed in an HSA really shines. You can use it tax-free for out-of-pocket medical costs, like deductibles and copays. And in specific cases, like if you're paying for COBRA or are receiving unemployment benefits, you can even use it tax-free for your premiums. This planning turns a huge roadblock into just another manageable expense. Step 5. Master the early withdrawal game. So you've spent years building this awesome nest egg in your 401k and IRAs. There's just one little problem. The IRS hits you with a 10% penalty if you withdraw that money before you're 59 and a half. So how do you actually live on it if you retire at 45? Don't worry, people have figured this out. There are established ways to unlock your money early. Your first line of defense is your taxable brokerage account. This is the money you use to fund the first few years of retirement while your tax-advantaged accounts keep growing. Next, there's something called the Rule of 55. This handy IRS rule lets you take penalty-free withdrawals from the 401k of the company you just left, as long as you leave that job in or after the year you turn 55. Retiring even earlier? There are two powerful strategies you need to know: the Roth conversion ladder and SEP plans. A Roth conversion ladder is where you convert a piece of your traditional 401k or IRA into a Roth IRA every year. You'll pay income tax on that amount for the year you convert it, but 5 years later, you can withdraw that principal amount completely tax-free and penalty-free. A SEP, substantially equal periodic payments, plan lets you take a calculated series of penalty-free withdrawals from your IRA for at least 5 years or until you hit 59 and a half. They require careful planning with a financial pro, but these are the keys that unlock your own money right when you need it. Whew, that was a lot. I know it can feel like you're trying to drink from a fire hose. But remember, the journey to financial freedom is a marathon, not a sprint. If this breakdown helped you see a clearer path forward, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. It lets me know I'm on the right track. And now, I've got a question for you. What's the single biggest thing that feels like it's standing in your way? Is it your income, your debt, the sheer size of the number? Let me know in the comments below. I read them all, and your feedback is what helps me figure out what to cover next. Let's do a quick recap of the blueprint. Step 1. Calculate your FIRE number so you have a clear target. Step 2. Maximize your savings rate to fuel your wealth engine. Step 3. Weaponize your investment accounts to make your money work harder. Step 4. Create a rock-solid plan for healthcare. And Step 5. Learn the rules to get your money out early without penalties. The idea of retiring decades ahead of schedule isn't a fantasy. It's a choice. It's a choice to be intentional with your money, to put freedom ahead of consumption, and to start designing a life that's truly yours. You don't have to do it all at once. Just start. Calculate your expenses this week. Bump up your savings by 1%. Open that IRA. Take that first small step today, and you'll be one day closer to a future that you control. Thanks for watching.